Hi, I'm Chris Barry from Communities at Work, and I'm here at the Power to the People conference, which is all about building citizen-driven communities. And I'm here with Vicki Buck, who's the former mayor of the city of Christchurch and now sitting on the Innovation and Sustainability Committee, which is part of the council. Thank you, Vicki, for joining us today. So you're talking about building community and innovation in community. What does that mean? What does that look like?
I think it looks like, if you think of a city, think of it as this amazing collection of people, and all of them have got this incredible creativity and energy and innovation. It's just like a sort of big fish pond in a way, where all these people are swimming around and they're all capable of amazing things, and you just really don't know who's going to pop up and do something incredible, and you've got no idea who they're going to be and no idea what they're going to do. And I think that's just amazing. I love that sort of energy in a city.
I know you've recently included the tagline in the city of Christchurch, where anything is possible.
Yeah.
What does that mean? How is anything possible? Especially when you're a member of a City of Christchurch council and board, all those sorts of things which seem to, from the outside at least, push down on those sorts of innovative and creative ideas.
Yeah, so I think there are a lot of ways in which you can feed innovation in the community. I mean, there are ways that you can make it easier, you can respond really quickly, or you can help fund all sorts of things. But it's not just the city that drives it. There are so many organisations in a city. Christchurch is about the same size as Canberra. So there are a huge number of organisations, all of which can do incredible things. Like, there's no barriers to the way things are done, just because, and we've had, some really major disasters in Christchurch, so we've had to reevaluate the way we do everything, and for us some degree of normalcy is really, really important, but it's meant that we've had to look at radically different ways of doing things. And while I wouldn't wish those disasters ever on any community at any time, the amazing innovations that have come from it are amazing. But I would just advocate the innovations and the people doing incredible stuff, not the disasters for anyone.
That sounds like a very sensible way to do it. Are there any examples you can give us of innovation that came out of the disasters, but also innovations in practice in the community that may not have come out of the disaster? So
immediately, obviously following the earthquake, we discovered what liquefaction meant through most of the homes, and from that came, and this was from the Student Volunteer Army at the University of Canterbury, so founded by sort of 21-year-olds, and they just got together and decided that they could organise 450 carloads of students to go and help people dig the liquefied soil out of their backyards, and that just became a whole thing. But it sparked about another 5 innovations in that area from the university, from others, and doing all sorts of things. But in just so many different fields, like the Polytech, for example, where they teach architecture. The architecture students got together and created this festival of transitional architecture, because we had not much left in the central city. So there was lots of space for transitional things. And then other groups that started up, that like Gap Filler and Greening the Rubble, and others that helped sort of negotiate leases of vacant space for people to do really interesting things and to create some energy, and pop-up shops, and a whole container mall that was literally made of containers, because most of the central city business district had disappeared. So that lasted for 6 years and just became the go-to place for coffee. Now there's I don't know how many coffee places. Coffee was really important.
I can understand why that would be. Did all of that happen from the community up, or from the top down, or a mixture?
A mixture, a real mixture, and most of it from the community up. So I think if you trust people to do things and you make it as easy as possible for them to do it, then there is just incredible things that can happen from anyone, really from anyone, yeah.
A lot of the themes that have come out, many of the presentations at the Power to the People conference, has been about not waiting for someone to give you permission to do something, What do you think about that?
I generally have a healthy disrespect for authority. I think that's kind of a Christchurch thing. I think it's sort of part of growing up there. So I don't think anybody has necessarily sort of a desire to wait for somebody in authority to give them permission. And, if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the thing that you're trying to do didn't exist anyway. So if you fail, all that happens is that it's what was there before. So you haven't changed it, but that's okay. You've probably learnt an incredible amount along the way, and probably the people around you have as well. And they'll do it differently next time.
And if you had one bit of advice for a community practitioner or organisation that wanted to be more innovative, what would that advice be?
I like the slogan that Nike has of "Just do it," and so that would be my advice. Just have a go. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Really, like, it doesn't exist now. Just have a go. Failure's fine. It's not a major. It's totally cool.
I think failure is a very important part of learning.
Yeah. You're going to learn so much, whether you fail or you don't, you're going to learn so much. And I think one of the things that we forget is just how creative people are. Like, I mean, I know that quite often our school systems sort of want people to conform and, create obedience and discipline and things. I don't think they're the skills that are really, really important in creating communities or cities. It's about doing stuff and thinking, like, quite wacky sort of stuff is totally fine.
Thank you very much, Vicki. That's a lot to consider, and I really appreciate speaking with you today.
Thank you.
To view more videos from the Power to the People conference, please check out our YouTube channel.